Welcome back to Africa This Week. Now, stuck between upholding the rule of law and tackling acts of lawlessness, Africa is largely seen as a region where institutions are weak, systems are corrupt, safety is not guaranteed, and more often than not, the police is not your friend. In Nigeria, the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS, is under intense scrutiny and public outcry following allegations of brutality, torture, murder, and corruption. Joining me to dig deep on Africa This Week is Habib White, a lawyer and political analyst. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you very much.
Now, the hashtag End SARS. What are your thoughts on the growing calls for reform of the SARS?
Very simple. I think there's a need to end the SARS brutality, not to end SARS as a whole. Okay. Fine. Everybody will agree with me.
That's fair.
That's fair enough. Everybody will agree with me that SARS is a product of emergency, a product of necessity, not a product of any law or an establishment. No law has created this body. But the Police Reform Commission deemed it fit to bring this body into place to curb excesses. What are the excesses? Kidnapping, armed robbery, and other trivial crimes. Robbery. But now, what are they doing? Are they achieving that aim? It is no. They are now the ones perpetrating more of the evil than the Nigerians themselves.
In fairness, can we say that all their actions are purely evil and there's no credit to their work?
I'll say it emphatically, as of today, all their actions are purely evil and illegal. How on earth will you accost a person on the road, bring your phone, you show the person your phone, take it to your ATM point to go and withdraw your money? For what? It is not reasonable enough. This is not the police commission that we used to know in Nigeria. And things have changed a lot. You're
sure these are not isolated cases?
They are not isolated cases. It is happening every day, day by day. There are incidents, there are cases, there are reports of gross human rights violation. And the fact is that these people, they are even recapitulated upon their crimes. They are violating crimes with impunity, and nobody is talking.
That brings me to my next question. The police in Africa seem notorious for abuse of power and gross misconduct. What is responsible for this trend?
Now, what is responsible is this. If you look at the Police Service Commission itself as a whole, there is a need for this regulation, proper code of conduct, to address the excesses of their members. It is very good that you have an officer mounting a particular place, very good. But another thing that the officer is doing what he or she is meant to do under the ambit of the law.
Yeah.
If you do things that are outside the ambit of the law, you have to be responsible for that. And this is what we're having today. The law is very simple. There shall be a police commission that would help us maintain law and order and enforce our laws. When you enforce law, it doesn't mean you should break the laws with impunity. And you make things suffer. It is not right. It is not done.
Okay, the Inspector General of Police has called for the restructuring of SARS. What do you expect from these reforms?
No, the reforms is this. He has said it openly, that they need to train their members with civil societies on fundamental human rights basis. It is just certain that as at now, we are just hearing that. We're just talking about that when there are various imprisonments that have been committed by these persons. So it is just for the reform to come. It's a very good thing. Now, we need it as soon as possible. No more mouth talk or lip service talks. We need it as soon as possible. Nigerians are dying. They have been tortured. Even our laws do not encourage this.
As a lawyer, what's the legality of establishing SARS?
That is very well. Now, like I said before, it came as a product of necessity, not a product of any law or an act of the National Assembly, unlike the EFCC or ICPC.
Okay.
Now, they are just meant to curb a particular excess for that particular period. We all know that in this country, we had trials issues of armed robbery, kidnapping, and so on.
So if they were not propagated into law, they shouldn't exist.
Very well. At times, our law accommodates things on necessity, things that are very, very important, that we need to mitigate some excesses.
Okay.
But now, if you are going to mitigate excesses, you don't add to the excesses. You don't promote to the excesses or increase it. No, it is not done. What they are meant to do is reform the sector. Look at, from even the recruitment, when you see an ordinary SARS official, it looks like a thug. Excuse me, with all due respect. They appear indecently. Now, and that person will accost you and you want me to give that person the respect. No, It is not done. A SARS officer will be on earrings, tattoos, everybody's be huge, tight jeans, round necks. At times, you don't even know if they are SARS officials. Right now, if you have that physique.
Do we know how they were recruited? Were they recruited from the police force?
That is what a lot of us don't know. If they have been recruited from the police force, we know they would have undergone some trainings.
Indeed.
Indeed, at the police college, before they even graduate out for their main services. But we don't even know. But right now, between us here, if you look at their normal appearance, they are not persons that will have undergone the proper rigors of a police college in Nigeria. They are not, maybe they are just persons that will pick up from the road or from the streets, or because you know someone, okay, you need a job, come and join the SARS unit and everything. We have dismissed police officers as members of SARS. We have them. And they will do things as if there is no law in this country, as if there are laws unto themselves, which are not.
Do you think the restructuring by the Inspector General of Police will bring sanity, into this SARS?
To an extent,
or
it would.
End their
to an
impunity?
extent, it would. Because we need that body called SARS. Yes, we told you, we need that body. But their impunity, their brutality, it needs to end. And the only way, I would suggest that they should go for a psychiatric test on all those officials. Seriously. Because I don't know.
Ideally, anybody who goes into a police force, a special police force, should have to undergo some psychology tests.
That is it. You can't militarize the Nigerian police force through a single unit. Even the Nigerian police force has a fraud unit on their own. EFC is part of their body. They have it. So why put on men on the streets? They perform the function of a traffic officer, of an FRC police officer, of a VIO, of a last man officer, of a chase officer. It is just very, very wrong. The duty is this: protect lives and property, protect persons that are being kidnapped, get hold of armed robbers. But what do we have said? They are the one robbing us now. They are not robbing us of our money or property. They are robbing of our own human dignity. You torture people, you kill them. It is very, very wrong.
Are they supposed to be stationed on our roads?
They are not supposed to stay on our roads. They are not the Mumbai police force. We have the Mumbai police force under the Nigerian police. We have them. They don't even have any duty on the roads. They don't have it. They should be emergency response squad. We'll call them on phone. Something's happening at this area. They will move en masse and curtail things that are happening there, not getting rid of people, collecting money from them and killing them.
What recommendations will you prefer to the general public who seem to be apprehensive on this issue?
Now, I would want the general public to know that they have to report cases of their violation of brutality of SARS. If you don't report, nobody will know what is going on. We will not know if anybody has grossly violated your own right or not. Report these cases, and when they report, they should follow it to letter and spirit. Follow it to the core. Meet their senior officers. When you meet senior officers, like when you meet an OC SARS, you would want to be part of that team. Because the respect they were called and everything, when they will talk to you, you just start wondering, are these the same officials or they are separate persons?
You know, if we're being fair, we often get testimonies of how the men of the Nigerian police force on the foreign scene exhibit the absolute professionalism. Now, why the misnomer on the local scene?
That is it. There is need for us to not only reform our sector, we should also reform and restructure our own individual persons. Because this thing starts from you yourself, as a human being. You know what you want, you know what you are doing. You should be a person that will add value to wherever you are. If you're a broadcaster, you add value to your station. If you're a police officer, add value to that profession. Let an average Nigerian see a SARS officer and be happy wherever they are, because they know that place is secured. But right now, if I say SARS officer, enter the studio now, I'm off. Indeed,
change begins with each individual.
Very, very, very well.
Habib White, lawyer and political analyst, thank you for joining me on Africa this week.
Thank you very much.
Well, at the risk of being seen as perpetrators rather than protectors, unfolding events continue to depict a police force across Africa, often disposed to oppressing the poor and protecting the rich in society. No doubt, these law enforcers are a reflection of the society they find themselves in. Hence, it will take a paradigm shift, policy upgrades, and the political will to ensure that proposed reforms and restructuring, as the case may be, bring about the much desired change. I have been your guide, Fadishola Shutingwa. Many thanks for watching, and bye for now.